Huh? Hey, I'm tryna win. I'm tryna win in the 716 and I'm making it big. I wanna live. I think I'm ready to travel. I'm telling the world what it is. I cannot quit. I wanna watch all the replays, the relays, the races I did. I went and did it like Nike. I'm doing it. Training the city to know I'm the. I got the golden ticket. I am the moment living, the one they was missing. Looking and searching and never discovered the passion I had in my soul. They was just passing and calling it quits. Now I.
Yo, what's good, man? We're back here with part 2 with the one and only
Movie. What's going on with y'all?
All right, part 2 about to get, we're about to get into some deeper questions. People got to get to know you on a deeper level as well, But you can answer, what you're comfortable answering and what you're not comfortable. We're going to skip to the next question. All right, but first of all, let's talk about the popcorn again. What's popping? That's the name.
Y'all got to cop this. This the real deal right here.
It's the real deal?
It's the real deal right here.
They don't know, bro. They just see us eating this. Yeah. I'm like, man, I know y'all want some.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, bro. So now let's talk about just your life story itself. If we take a look at like family and everything, like, have you guys ever been through some struggles, and how did y'all manage to kind of like overcome them, like as a family together? Because your family is very, very together.
Yeah, we've been through some deaths on both sides of the family. Nothing too much recently. One thing I can say about my family, when it's time to stick together, we all together. We gonna grieve together, but we gonna bounce back though. We ain't ever gonna sit in the tunnel too long. We gonna bounce back.
We're gonna bounce back, and that's the whole point of just having a family, bro. When you have that family that's willing to bounce back together, fall together, but bounce back together, right there, you're winning. You're winning for real. And also, like, with yourself, though, like, have you just going through high school and so on in Niagara Falls and then Amherst, have you ever experienced any type of racism or anything like that? Because, a lot of those high schools, I had someone here on the podcast, Randy, he kind of mentioned when he went to, like, all-white school and so on, he was being treated so differently. But, like, you going to, like, all those suburban schools, though, like, how were you treated as well? Did you face any type of issues like that?
Actually, I can say that I've never really experienced anything too that's memorable or anything from the top of my head while being in high school, especially at Sweet Home. Everybody was kind of, real nice and polite. It was more so just me adapting to all the different races around me. They do things a lot different in those type of communities than they would do back in like Niagara Falls, so yeah.
Yeah, and actually, Sweet Home. I've never like been to Sweet Home, seen Sweet Home. Like, how is Sweet Home itself?
Sweet Home is pretty smooth. Sweet Home is probably the quietest neighborhood ever.
Really?
Don't nothing go on there. Nice neighbors. That's a smooth area. It's a real smooth area.
Is it like a diverse school? Because you mentioned there was a lot of different cultures and so on. So it was like more diverse, people from all over the country. I mean, all over the world and so on.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a diverse school for sure. Nice. For sure.
Nice. But yeah, and also let's now look into your personal issues, like, just being in the business world now at a young age. What have you experienced so far that made you feel like you want to quit? You don't want to do it no more.
Being in this party scene, you lose a lot of money. Like, you can make an investment and not make no money off it. Like, it's been events where I didn't make nothing really, or I only had enough to, I had to come out of pocket for certain things. And that's one of the things people don't realize about being in this business is a lot of it is investments, and you're not going to make money off every play, but when you in it for something that's just bigger than the money, you don't really think too much of, like, dang, like, I'm more so I do this because I love to do it. I love seeing people happy, and I express myself and my feelings and my energy throughout my events.
All right, and you love into seeing people happy, though. Like, how does your peers kind of like treat you in that way? Because, when people see you actually doing good for yourself, you got some stuff going on, like you getting, that attention and so on. Some people tend to either like it, support you, and some people tend to just envy you. Like with your peers, like, how do they treat you?
I don't see the hate. Any hate I don't see. I got tunnel vision. I just try to keep going, you know. And one thing, you know, I'm working on for myself is, you know, like character. Character is the biggest thing, you know. You got to you got to have a good character and patience, you know, because what comes with this, you got to have patience, you know. At events, people ask you 50 million things. People ask things they already know. You can drop a whole list of things every hour on social media. People will still just not follow through, you know. And one thing my mom just always tells me, because my mom works at all my events, is, you know, like, it's cool. Like, we got it. Like, we going to get through this, you know.
All right, that's amazing that she works there. She works there, and also the event that I came to, that was the first time we met.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you was all over the place.
Yep.
How was that event, like, in your own perspective? Like, did you benefit from it? Like, did you enjoy it? And also, was it like an eventful?
That event was actually put together by Sean John. He was actually the one to book that event. I was the host on that event. But one thing I do know, anything that I am a part of, I'm learning from, you know. So I always take things from anything that I do. And my job at that time was just, you know, keep the crowd motivated, keep the crowd happy, you know, keep the crowd in tune. We had DJ Wire, who's in Texas. He was alongside of me on that event. So those things are a lot, like the hostings and stuff. That's what I'm getting into more now, you know. I'm venturing off. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm not just throwing an event. I'm hosting. I'm putting things together. You know, I'm doing things for the kids. I actually did my first ever concert ever for the kids, December 9th of last year. I brought a lot of some artists from Philly. I had a lot of influencers out here. So I didn't build like a lot of relationships in the past 2 years that I never would have thought I would have been able to do.
And what was your most your most memorable relationship that you have built so far? Like,
it definitely got to be it definitely got to be the concert for the kids, because the relationship with all the guys I had come out for that event, we're all connected like this, you know. Shout out to my influencers, Eli the Don, Hollywood Cam Kev. Those is my guys. Those are the people I really clicked up with, you know, in this business.
All right, that's amazing. And they still support you? You guys still hit up each other?
Yes, sir.
Is there like any other kids event that's coming up?
Right now, you know what? That's good you asked me on here. I got something for the kids before they go back to school. You know, I'm gonna keep it a little low. I'm thinking of some stuff, but I definitely gonna have something for the kids this summer. You know, I feel like I want to always just do something for all age groups. You know, that's really what I'm doing right now, expanding towards like my older crowd, but I still want to keep my younger crowd in the community with something to do.
That's actually smart, bro, because a lot of events that goes on, as we see, is just for grown-ups, you know. So like, I mean, the kids gotta have that time to socialize, to come together, and that's very important, because now that's building community as well, you know, building a positive impact. And also, just while doing that, with the kids event, like, did you ever face any feedbacks? Because, you know, when there's kids event, there's a lot of things that could happen. But like, you faced any feedbacks from like parents and so on?
Yes, I definitely received a lot of feedbacks from parents. But, you know, constructive criticism, you know, you always got to be able to just be able to take what people have to say about you, because, you know, it can better you. But one person I definitely want to shout out is my big bro, Percy Hilson. You know, he does like all the major concerts inside Niagara Falls, New York. He's somebody who, you know, if I got a question for anything for the event side, you know, I call him like, yo, big bro, like, how you feel about this? Like, he really showed me the ins and outs of everything. And he always in my corner. Like, I feel like I could come to him about everything. Like, he honest, and he keep me in the loop with everything.
And you just mentioned about connections. How do you manage, you know, to network with people? Because that's very important. Like, for some people might want to learn, you know, like, how do you come off when you're trying to build that relationship with someone that you know, okay, this person could be very important in the future?
Me personally, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes it do be a little like nerve wracking, especially when you are surrounded by sometimes like celebrities. You know, coming off to them might be a little. You know, some people might be, you know, a little scared, but, you know, I try to come off just honest and interested. You know, like, how can we, you know, work together? You know, how can I be an asset to you? You know what I'm saying? So really when it comes to the entertainment business, it's just all about, I think networking is the biggest thing, you know, because that's how you get the money. The more people you know what I'm saying, the rooms you be in, you have to know how to conduct yourself in those rooms.
And how do you manage to conduct yourself?
Me personally, you know, I feel like self-esteem and confidence is a lot. You know, you got to know what you are talking about, because I done been in a lot of rooms with, you know, like a lot of people. And for me personally, when I'm like in rooms, you know, around people and I'm trying to network, I just try to be, you know, as honest as possible. You know, it can be a little nerve wracking, but I feel like when you're trying to network, you definitely have to know what you want to do and how can we get it done, you know?
Right, and that's important too. That's important. And how do you treat the celebrities when you see them? Because, you know, some people might see a celebrity, it's like, oh my God, you know. But like, how do you manage to compose yourself for the celebrities to actually see you as not just like a fan person? Like, how do you say, like a fanboy? Or
Yeah, fanned out.
yeah, bro. Because celebrities hate that. They want to be treated like normal human beings.
Definitely.
You know, like if you want to do business with them for real, you have to come off like, okay, yo, like my name is this, like, you know. But like, how do you manage to kind of like compose yourself?
Exactly what you said. You know, you definitely come off and you introduce yourself, you know, and you, most importantly, you be confident, but not like overly pushy. You definitely want to be confident and you want to just know what you want to do. Not to get off track real quick, when Percy actually bought Skilla Baby to Rapids Theater back last summer, I just want to show you how some celebrity characters are. We're backstage before he comes out. He comes out the car, and he literally daps up everybody backstage and tells us his name, even though we already know his name. Like, we know who you are. Like, you're a celebrity. But he comes out the car, he daps up everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I asked him for a picture. We got the flick. But I just want to pinpoint that out. Like, it is some celebrities out there who are very, you know, kind. You know, they got a good demeanor and good character to themselves.
Right. And shout out to Skilla Baby for doing that.
Nah, facts.
So it kind of gave you a different perspective. Definitely. Not to put every celebrity in the same exact bubble where, like, you know, they cocky, they bougie, you know. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's why I mentioned, bro, because when celebrities are treated like not human beings, they're gonna be cocky, you know. But when you look at them like human beings, like regular people, they're going to be respectful. They're going to be humble. And it's not all of them, and who else have you met that actually, you know, was very, very humble and not cocky at all?
I'm going to say Rob 49 was very smooth. Rob 49 was smooth as well. If you want to go back to, like I said again, when I did the concert for kids, once I met all those Philly artists, they was very smooth. You know, I just try to, anytime I'm interacting with something new as far as the event side of things, I just try to be very, you know, just calm and, you know, just want to just like, I'm just showing that I'm not here to do too much but business, but we're going to build a connection after our business is done.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. You have to come off like that. You have to come off like that. And then once the business is done, the relationship is already being built.
Right.
So you can even hit them up and text them
and
say,
definitely.
yo, I feel like, yo, let's do this. And then now all that connection leads to a better and a bigger future for Niagara Falls, for the kids and so on. And also, so I like to ask people who are actually in the entertainment business the most devastated time, you know. What was the most devastated time for you where you felt like, you know what? This thing is just too much for me. This thing is too much for me. I just feel like I've been losing a lot of money and not getting a lot of money. Now I'm getting money. I'm not getting money. Like, when was that?
This have to be after my senior year ended. And one thing I want to pinpoint is a lot of people don't understand when you in your senior year and you playing basketball, you the star of the team, you got that buzz, you got that name, and like, going in that year, I went to college, and, you know, I didn't really know the college market. And I was doing a lot of events in Niagara Falls thinking I'm about to pull all these college kids to Niagara Falls for these parties, and I really wasn't, you know. So what I found out is like, okay, I'm attracting a different fan base, a different crowd. I have to get literally on my feet and go to these colleges and interact with people. Like, I can't just throw stuff on social media because, you know, like, times of the year, you know, like in the summertime, it's different. You got your local people who's gonna come. But as that time frame goes out, you know, I attract more of the college crowd, and that's what I was aiming for. And I wasn't doing things the right way, and it's like, you know, I'm talking to my mom, like I'm not understanding right now, like what am I doing wrong? Like they not really coming, like money not revenue how it needed a revenue. So if you want to fast forward a little bit, I end up making like so many connections. I ended up going above state, talking to like all kind of DJs. I done met DJs through New York City through Buff State. Shout out to DJ Blackout. That's like one of my favorite DJs for the city. Man, that's the best DJ in the city.
That's the best DJ in the
Yeah,
city.
that's DJ Blackout. That's the best DJ in the city. She showed me a lot, you know, because she's on to like the college crowd, and then she has her crowd over in Queens and Brooklyn, and in the city. So she really taught me a lot of things. And one thing that I'm on now is anything I do, I have to be able to benefit from. I have to build a connection from. So I'm on something now to where I might book a DJ out from Houston. I might bring a DJ from Houston here. So now if I want to go to Houston, I'm good. Like, you know, right. I build a connection out there. Or I'm going to book this artist over here. That way, if I go out of there, they going to show me how they do things.
Right. That's actually smart, bro. You giving people a lot of game.
Yeah,
that's
this
smart.
free game. I'm going to share it.
Definitely. Because like when you do that, and DJs bring a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. Like artists really build so much relationship with DJs because they know DJs going to play their music. Yep. DJs going to shout them out and so on. But as you know, like you say, you booking someone from Houston, when they come here and you go to Houston, they already know you, and plus they're gonna introduce you to even the people that they know, because Houston got so much attention.
Definitely.
You know, and that's very important, bro. And also, like, what was the most? Let's talk about the money part. What was the most money that you spent on a specific event? If you could say that.
I ain't gonna say the direct amount, but what I am gonna say is I'm gonna say the concert that I did for the kids. The concert that I did for the kids, I didn't lose. You know, I came out even, but you know, it was for the kids. That particular event took a lot, you know, because like that, the venue didn't have sound, so I had to literally book somebody for sound. It didn't come with sound, so I had to have a sound team, you know, and then I had to pay for the venue itself, promo, you know, flyer cards, printed out tickets, you know, promotion on social media, like ads, you have to pay for those. And like that really showed me like this is really what it costs to be in this industry. You know, it's not just about, you know, just posting something on social media, because like I noticed, like I literally, like over time I became like an addict for like this promotion stuff. Like I literally done watch videos on YouTube on how I can do things better, you know, and a lot of times it's the groundwork. Like when you're telling a person face to face about an event, that plays a bigger toll than just putting it on your social media. But back to the concert with the kids, that actually did require a lot. You know, I feel like all the kids, you know, had a good time. And that period, I did some talking with my mom, and, you know, we came to the realization, like, you know, you have to turn things there's LLCs, there's business loans you could get. So now, like I said, making a movie entertainment is a LLC, you know. So I have grants and loans that I can take out, but the thing about it is, it doesn't make sense to go take out $30,000 to $40,000 for an event if you don't know how you gonna flip that money. You know, if an artist is $20,000, you got to know how to flip this $20,000 before you take it out. You know,
that's it, bro. Because a lot of times people might be interested in the artist, or they might not be interested. Because nowadays, like, people really pop out when it's that one artist that's popping on the billboard. You know, so when you bring that artist that is still been popping, right, you know, you might lose so much money compared to how much money you're spending. And how do you do your negotiation? Like, do you speak, or does your mom always speak for you, like in terms of like negotiating prices with those artists or venues and so on?
So far, I pretty much do most of the talking for the artists and stuff. I actually have a girl named Deja. Shout out to Deja. She actually runs my business page. You know, anybody that's inquiring about anything as far as collaborations, that go through her. But as of right now, artists, I reach out to them, I talk to them, but as far as the contracts go, then my mom handles that. One thing I could say about artist managers, they can be a pain in the butt. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, an artist can really only be getting like $9,000, but their manager will tell you we want 15,000, and they possibly have got 15,000 somewhere, but they're gonna shoot that price because they have gotten that before. But you do have to be able to negotiate. I'm always, I'm a promoter, so I'm always trying to get the lowest. I'm trying to get you as lowest as I can get you. For real, I'm trying to get you as low as I got to get you. But a lot of things come into play when booking an artist. Like, sometimes you got to be realistic with managers. Like, I understand, like, okay, say for instance, an artist from the city, like, you guys are popping and thriving in the city, but over here in Buffalo, New York, this market is a little bit different. We don't know you as much out here, so I can't come out my pocket to go pay you this if I'm not for sure I'm going to get that back in return, or at least even.
Yeah, and then they have to think about it.
They got to think.
Plus, New York City is not too far, so right there you just give them a choice to either make that money or lose that money.
Yeah.
And plus, not just that, you're actually gonna bring more audience to them.
Definitely.
Like, the Buffalo crowd going to get to know them, going to search them up. Now they have more audience members and so on. And also, like, when you do negotiate with them, what's the first thing you say? Like, what's the first thing you say to them before you even get into the money part?
First, I introduce myself. I introduce where I'm from, and then I just reach out. Hey, my name is Rodbrown. I'm from Niagara Falls, New York. I'm reaching out on behalf of the artist. I am inquiring about a performance booking or a hosting booking. I would love to hear back from you.
Boom. That's it. And you just send them like an email or?
Most of the time, it just depends on the artist. Some artists has phone numbers inside. Sometimes what I do is if they don't have a phone number, I reach out via email. But then me personally, I like to kind of just do it better than texting an email because I don't really check my email. So I'll email them like, hey, can you send me your number? Can we talk via phone?
Right, that's a smart move right there. And then they send it, boom, and then now you talking to them. And when you do talk to them, like, do you talk directly to the artist or the manager?
Nah, it's more than likely, it's literally 99.9% of the time, it's always the manager you are talking to. And what I feel like, it's like the managers always reach for a little bit more because they got to get a cut too. So say, for instance, an artist is getting 15,000, 10, 15,000. Say, for instance, an artist is getting 10,000. The manager might be like, okay, we want 15.
So you could get that little.
So the manager could get that little cut, But it's like, okay, we're gonna be realistic now. Like, y'all not really too much on the map right now. This is what I got for you. And one thing where you get them at is like, okay, I'll give you 10,000 for this book, and I got my 5,000 right now to send you. It's like you can't turn that down because I'm talking to you, I'm deposit ready. So it's like,
Yeah, wire transfer.
Right. Yep.
And also, you ever came across those weird managers that didn't even want to listen to you or negotiate? They just wanted, oh no, we want this much, or if you don't want to, boom, boom. And how did you handle that?
I'm about to bring an artist up. I'm actually trying to bring this summer. I'm going to be nice because I'm on a podcast. A super bad manager, that's a possibility for everybody that's watching. Shakedown Part 2. We got super bad or Vicky Lowe. But a super bad manager is like, he asked for way more than I know what she getting. Let's be realistically right now. So, I'm still trying to negotiate him. But yeah.
Who's that? Who's super bad?
Super bad is a bounce artist from New Orleans. For the ladies, all the ladies watching this will be on my page, y'all. They all know who Super Bad is. Yeah, she's definitely a great artist. One thing that comes into part is to like, okay, artist, you want 15,000, but my venue only holds this amount of people, 400 to 500 people. So you're not worth $100 per ticket. Like, you're not Sexy Red. Like, I can't charge my audience something of like a high class artist. Like, we got to be realistic. So you have to know what you're talking about, and you have to break these things down to these managers sometime,
Yeah, you have to. And plus, you have to be direct, because when you start beating around the bush, they're like, dang, like, nah, I got them. Or they're going to say, oh, this person is playing with me. Plus, with your age as well, let me say you're speaking to someone that's like 30 plus. They're going to look at you like, oh, what is this kid talking about, and become all disrespectful. But now when you come correct, you show them I know the game, they're gonna put some respect on your name. You feel me? But yeah, and so let's talk about a few things that have happened recently. What have happened recently that have made you, take different routes in your entertainment journey?
I would just say the voices around my community. Everybody just telling me right now. I haven't really did an event in months, so right now, I got my older bros who tell me, I just feel like been watching you the 2 years. You doing great, but I feel like you could work on this area. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like you can talk to these kind of people a little bit better. You need to target this crowd.
Right.
Just taking constructive criticism right now. That's the biggest thing for me. And right now, going into 2024, I don't want to do nothing rushed. And I'm aiming to just do like major big things. And I'm doing a lot of traveling right now. I actually been over the border in Canada a lot. I got a lot of connections in Canada right now. So I'm just grinding right now, taking everything I can get, networking. Networking is super heavy right now.
Yeah, Canada. How is Canada though? Since you mentioned it, because you have an event that's coming up that you'll be hosting in Canada.
Yes, Canada is great. Canada is definitely a different scenery and crowd. Canada people definitely you need to interact with them. That's how you're going to build a relationship to them. You need to interact with them. You need to be kind. And they're kind people. They're great people over there. They treat me well. Shout out to DJ D-Boy. That's the DJ out in Canada. He keeps me in the loop with everything. He actually had faith in me. This is my first hosting coming up June 7th. I will be in Canada at St. Catharines on 88 Paul Street. Everybody come out. All you need is a ID and a birth certificate. You don't need an enhanced to come over. It depends on who you are now. But ID and a birth certificate get you over there.
Right. I mean, I thought you need like the enhanced. You need maybe a passport.
They say that, but I done went over there, with some of my boys. They don't even got their enhanced. They go over there with their ID and the birth certificate, and they be good. I'm not gonna say you don't, but people have gotten over there with the ID and the birth certificate.
Right, man. Shout out to Canada, for giving you an opportunity to actually bring light to them, And so with the event that's coming up in Canada, is there gonna be like an artist performing, or is it just gonna be you hosting the party itself?
No, right now it's just me hosting the party myself. I think I will invest in Canada. I need to get out there a bit more. I need to network a bit more before I actually book an artist, for that platform, and that crowd is different over there. They're a little bit behind. It's just so weird. They're a little bit behind on music. So it's just kind of where they listen to different things, like things we get lit to over in the United States. Right. They get lit to too, but it kind of takes somebody in the party to react to it. Like they don't just react to certain songs, out there.
Definitely. But yeah, bro. So now we're getting close to. We ending right now. We've actually passed the time that we said we was gonna pass to. But so what's the last thing would you say in terms to encourage and inspire the other people that's looking into entertainment business?
All I gotta say is first and foremost, you want to thank God. You gotta pray. I just feel like it's just staying in your lane. I'm 20 years old. Everything that I'm doing is I thought of on my own. Nobody ever came to me and told me like, yo, you need to do this. This entertainment thing just came about and I just took off. And, I feel like certain things get sent your way for you to do. Like I'm in this lane for a reason. I feel like I have things I need to do and there's things I'm going to get done. But also I can't forget that basketball is what really started the swagger for real. That's really what got me. I'm a very confident person and I'll be back in school this fall. I ain't saying what school I'm going to yet. I'm going to be committing soon, but this fall I will be back in basketball and that's going to build my platform even more. And right now it's just, putting in the work, man. Putting in the work.
Definitely, man. Thank you so much, bro. This is the East Sip and Chop podcast, which one and only host, Glory Boy. Thank you, and hope to see you soon again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, bless.